Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and today we'll be unboxing and reviewing the EKSA E1000WT gaming earphones that EKSA have sent us for review. This is a set of earphones or headphones with a microphone with EKSA Voice Pure ENC, which are made for use with desktop computers, with the PS5, PS4 from Sony, and they are usable with the Xbox One, but not with the native USB dongle. You'll need to use a 3.5mm audio jack. But we'll go into that in a little bit more detail once we've actually taken this device out of its box. In terms of packaging, as you can see, there's a nice illustration of what the EKSA E1000WT look like with the LED lighting at the side. It is quite a nice bit of packaging, especially for a set of earphones, which is relatively affordable. As usual, we'll link in the description to where you can purchase these on Amazon UK. Now, as I said, the packaging is quite fetching. It has a few details and specifications there, including the fact that the wireless dongle uses 2.4 GHz radio spectrum to connect to the device, which that usually means more latency. But more importantly, there's also EKSA Voice Pure electronic noise cancellation for that microphone. And then the usual other things like RGB and so forth. On the back you see not only a diagram of what the device looks like, but all the contents of the bag, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail, and the usual EKSA branding. Now, no need for a knife here to get into the box, you can just pull it open, it's cardboard packaging, and then we have the bag with the earphones themselves and documentation and cables. So let's start off by looking at the bag with the cables in them. These are always a good way to see what is coming out. Now, as usual, we have a Courage port connector that's 3.5mm to 3.5mm. This is what you'll use to connect to analog output and input, as well as to things like the Xbox One controller. And then for charging the device and connecting to your PC, you have USB-A for the PC side, or the charger side, and USB Type-C. It's always good to see USB Type-C becoming the common charging port. It's now pretty much universal. Good to see that, as usual. So let's put the USB Type-C cable, which is always good to have, and probably good for travel as well if you don't want to carry multiple cables and chargers with you. If you have most other devices, you'll be able to do that. Speaking of travel, there's a lot of different languages in that user guide. As you can see, lots of pages of documentation there, but nothing too interesting at the moment. And then we have frequently asked questions card, a QR code to that, and a quick decision tree for macOS and the settings you need to go through to set that up, and for Windows 10. It obviously looks a little bit simpler for Windows 10. So last but not least, the all-important USB dongle. So this is what connects your PC to the EKSA wireless headphones, and it is USB Type-A. And then underneath the dongle we see there's a bit of branding for C and FCC, nothing too important. Let's move on and look at what's inside that lovely velour bag with the EKSA branding on it. Grey velour with purple lettering for EKSA. And the headphones are surprisingly light, and they look really, really nice. First things first though, I need to take this plastic off, and without my jerry-rig everything knife, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. A little bit of a fight going on here, and here we go, almost done. Fantastic. So we can put that aside, and as you can see, we've got the headphones here. Within the cups you have indications for left and right, And as you can see, the microphone stem is on the left earbud. The right earbud does not have that. And it is not also a reconfigurable one. It is left only and forward facing only. Not necessarily a bad thing in of itself. In terms of build quality, they feel good. The the memory foam pads feel good. And under here we have a space for an LED light and USB Type-C for charging and data. That's good to see that it's so accessible. And that's obviously where the power and most of the battery will be. And then the other side, the left side, which has that microphone stem, has where all the controls. The 3.5mm audio jack for connecting to that audio jack cable, as well as your power button, electronic noise cancellation button, and a nice little rotary wheel for controlling the volume on the headset itself. So no need to do that in Windows or Mac OS or whatever the operating system of the device. You have that all there. And in terms of the buttons themselves, they're nice and tactile. You can see that ENC one has some nice texturing to it, so you can feel the button itself. Now, let's have a feel about how the construction is. There's a bit of riveting at the top of the headset, and at the sides. They feel quite sturdy. The stem for the microphone feels good to open and close. It has a bit of stickiness to it, which is good. Always good so that it doesn't come apart in a bag by accident. Now let's get to turning these earphones on. Let's just quickly consult the user manual that's there. So we've got the buttons here for volume control, ENC, and the power button. So the power button is the simple round one at the bottom. I'll long press that then. So it's the one at the bottom here, long press, and magic! We have the RGB lighting coming on, those LED backlights to the earphones themselves, with the EKSA branding also in the same LED lighting condition. It is very, very fetching. I'm quite happy about that. It looks quite impressive, even in the bright lights in my recording studio where we're recording this video. So, good job, EKSA.
So that's just a quick overview of the headphones themselves, physically, and what's in the box. What I'm going to do now is go and plug them into my PC, as in not the earphones. I'm going to plug the wireless dongle into my PC and use them for work for the next few hours. And I'll also be doing the usual testing with music, with video games, with more importantly podcasts and audiobooks, just to get a feel for what the sound is like on the EKSA E1000WT. And once I've done that, we'll then give our Chief Aperture Officer, Lukasz, a quick call and record a sample video of what the microphone quality is like when connected to a PC and using a video calling service. Once we've done that, we'll edit all together and give you the final impressions in that recorded call so that you can make your own mind up about what the recorded sound is like and also get an idea of what they look like in use on my head. Anyway, I'll move on from here. If an ad does come up in the break, please do watch it. You'll be supporting the Tech Travel Geeks that way. We'll also link in the description to where you can buy the EKSA E1000WT on Amazon. Obviously, if you purchase them from there, you will be supporting the Tech Travel Geeks. Great, see you soon.
And here we are. I've been using the EKSA earphones, this set of wireless gaming headphones, for quite a while now. And I have to say, they're great for long sessions, both for gaming, listening to audio, and even for working. As you can see here, I'm on a Microsoft Teams call with our Chief Aperture Officer, Lukasz. Hey, Lukasz.
Hey, Matteo, how's it going?
Good, thanks. Just quite enjoying the snugness of these EKSA gaming headphones, which are surprisingly comfortable, especially for long days of use. And what do they look like with their RGB lights on?
A lot of LEDs. Yeah, this looks quite interesting. Is it triangles? Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, it's the EKSA logo at the side, and then it's got this sort of pastel RGB thing going on. They're really quite fetching, and as I said, really quite comfortable. When it comes to audio, the sound is on the bassy side, as you'd expect from a gaming headset, and I did try them out with the Courage port, so that's the 3.5mm audio cable, connected to my Xbox One controller, playing some Red Dead Redemption 2, and I have to say, the sound of that repeater going off as I was riding my horse down the lane shooting at people behind me really did work well.
Sounds good.
So, very good. Though, one thing that I had really never heard before was when I went hunting and I caught a deer was the whole skinning process. It was quite gruesome, and I had never heard it in that amount of detail up to today. So, hey-ho, I'll just prepare the venison burgers for the next barbecue now.
And the microphone sounds quite good as well, actually. I have no complaints. So yeah, looks good.
Yeah, so this is, obviously we don't have a noisy environment to test these in at the moment, but this is with the electronic noise cancellation on. So the microphone has electronic noise cancellation. If you're, say, in an office environment where you're sitting next to someone who's on a completely different call, this should be able to handle that quite well. Sadly, I haven't had a way to demonstrate that just yet. I might lend them to you, since you tend to go to the office a lot more than I do.
Indeed.
But yeah, so great headset from EKSA. Sadly, the only thing I'd say is maybe a detraction for them. They're not Bluetooth. They only work with the 2.4 gigahertz dongle. For people who game at home, for people who use them with their PC for working from home, I'm sure that's fine. But that dongle does stick out a bit. It becomes a bit uncomfortable for packing it in your laptop bag, so you need to pop that in the velour bag that the EKSA headphones come in. But apart from that, from a functional standpoint, they work very well. And value for money, I have to say, you can't really complain. So as usual, we will be linking in the description to where you can purchase these EKSA gaming headphones on Amazon UK. We'll also link to the EKSA website. So thanks to EKSA for sending us this review unit of these gaming earphones. We can recommend these. They work great. And they keep my ears relatively warm, which is great in Scottish spring. So good product overall. Check out the links in the description. And as usual, if you do purchase from there, you'll be supporting the Tech Travel Geeks. Now, if you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets, accessories, videos of my cats, and occasionally actual travel videos. And if there's any questions you have about this product or any other videos that you see on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel, please do leave a comment in the section below, and we'll do our best to get back to you. If it's a particularly good question, we might even make a whole video about it and have you featured on the channel. So leave us a comment, and if you made it this far into this video, thanks for watching. And thanks to you, Lukesh, for joining this recording.
Thanks so much. See you. Bye.